Now, before people jump down my throat that, were with me since, like, the beginning, uh, based on this title, listen to the video first, okay? Just listen and hear me out on a few things. If you saw my post on the Exposing Onision Tumblr, where I was talking about, instead of speculating, you can always just come to me and talk to me about things. This is my video, basically stating the same thing that I posted there, just so more people that are subscribed to me, can see this. That way they know, they understand, they know to do that, instead of getting really pissed off and unsubscribing or something like that. They can just message me, we can talk it out, This way there's little to no conflict on my page with people of the same concept, Or even if you have a difference in concept, just keep it civil, if you want to talk, If, you just get all heated and pissed off and say a whole bunch of shit, I'm not really going to respond to you, just saying. I mean, there really is no reason to ever get like that with anybody. Unless it's, like, for legitimate reasons, and then that's just a good way to vent. And then, just talk it out. Just don't be rude, you know what I mean? That aside, I have a few things to talk about the Anti-Onision community. We're all here with the same concept, the same ideology, okay? But there's one thing, though, that, in my opinion, needs to stop. I've noticed when Onision does something, right? And, we're all going up in arms about it, making videos left and right, talking about it, and this and that, and then when all the shit dies down, we stop, and then we just start attacking each other, nitpicking at little things that so-and-so does, this, that, and the third, and as a community, if we're gonna grow and do anything, we gotta not do that. This is how ties between certain parties, certain factions of people get separated. This is how other subgroups of the original first group are started. Now, do I have something against branching off? No. This isn't about branching off, because the subgroups are usually the groups that are made to target not just Onision, but the other groups, and so on and so forth. That happens with all of them. That's what happens, and has happened before, especially with the Anti-Onision community. Now, I'm not, sitting up here on my pedestal, being like the spokesman for this community, because I'm not. I'm just one voice within this community, just one. But I feel like I should make this video, just so others will understand in the community, and hopefully y'all take something, out of it, and hopefully we can change a little bit, and it'll be for the better. It's not hindering anybody or anything like that. So basically the post was about, is M22 Frogger letting off on some kind of secret or whatever that they had planned, right? And the fact of the matter is that I'm really not in the loop with a lot of shit. What I do is I see his videos or any kind of post, and I make a video response about it, or I make a video about it in general. And I throw my 2 cents and here and there, maybe some examples from the past, and that's it. That's all I do. That's all I have been doing. I haven't really been in the loop of anything, really. I haven't been a part of a specific group of people or anything like that in a long time. I mean, I haven't been a part of war, I haven't been a part of war in about, how long ago was it? When Agent Timex, I think his name is, started it. I think it was maybe 2.5 years ago. 3, I think. It's been a while. That was my first group I was a part of. I could be wrong about that, about the time frame, but it was kind of long ago for internet years. And then I was but wasn't a part of AOD. I was sort of somebody that was in that group to link, put up links on Onision's pages and comment and this, that, and the third. I was partially responsible for posting the link for the petition to get him removed from YouTube. I posted that a lot everywhere, and I was partially responsible just because I wasn't the only person that, decided to do it, that agreed to do it. But, and that was about 2 years ago too, I think, just about 2 years ago. That's when I started to get really close to Stevie. That's when I started talking to him, and when I had him on Facebook and stuff. That's when I first talked and spoke to him regularly. And since then, our friendship is what it is. But that was the last time I was part of a group. And I haven't been in on any loop, anything, since then. I might have ties with people that are in the community just because they are my friends. Take Shot Action, Captain Obvious, Stevie, names like that. Names that are known. I've spoken to all of them, at least once. I've spoken to Skull Ripper. Him and I are actually good now. You probably seen his video when he spoke to Stevie and I directly about the dock dropping thing. We settled it. We spoke it out. He's a cool guy. We talk on a regular basis. Well, not regular basis, but we would if our schedules and what we do didn't really collide. He's a really cool guy. I'd talk to him as much as I wanted to, if I could, and I'm sure he would do the same. As far as I can tell, he likes me. I think I spoke to I Must Destroy All once. If I didn't speak to him, I know he was in IM chat and Skype calls. Just a whole bunch of people. Queenie, everybody. Onision can suck my nuts. I've spoken to. I'm good with him. He's a cool guy. And then you're gonna state that I'm dropping hints about certain things I don't know of. Now, this is what we're talking about here. I mean, it wasn't really like a serious post. Like, it really wasn't, like, accusatory. It wasn't anything mean or anything. It was just questions. And then one of the admins, if there's multiple admins, of the Exposing Onision Tumblr page basically said, I don't really watch his videos, I know of him, that's about it, or something to that degree. And that was posted in, if you want to go to the EO Tumblr, right now, I couldn't find the link just because of how many things get posted to there daily. It's really hard to find it, and I was like, well, I might as well just talk about it. I posted this on EO, so they know what got posted there, and you can always go back and check through stuff. This had actually happened. Then again, I don't think anyone's disbelieving this at all. I mean, I'm not causing a ruckus or a fuss about this. It wasn't that big of a deal. But the message of this video will basically be conveyed, I'm not a part of any secret. I don't know of anything. What I was leading on to was sort of a very self-explanatory thing. A good example of that was back when Greg was with Shiloh, right? I believe it was probably, I think it was a Twitter post? And this is well back in the day. Like, there's no way you can find this unless you really dug, and you had multiple people looking for it. But he stated he had to leave town because of the bad people are looking for him. The bad people being the police, because they were investigating his relationship with her, because they got downwind of a lot of shit. So he had to leave town. He already knows that the police are on his ass for one or two things, okay? It's known to him. So whatever I post in my videos, I know he watches my shit, and I know he had watched my shit. He made a video called Another Onision Rant, and he basically mimicked my videos in a video. He had done it. The reason why no one was like, you're doing M22 Frogger, is because there's a lot of people that make videos like this. You know, I mean, when Stevie makes his videos, and when he doesn't edit anything, it looks an awful bit like my videos. You know, turn the camera on and start talking, you know, and grab my camera, pick it up, and show my computer screen, this, that, and the third, like, look at that bullshit, you know, and just start talking, and then just end the video without editing it. He probably still edits those videos, but he doesn't put a lot of time into them. He generally does put a lot of time into, you know, most of his videos, but when he just wants to throw something out, he doesn't usually edit. But yeah, I do that kind of shit. But it was like nitpicking things in the video that I understood to be me. Specific things. And so, to the regular viewer, Onision could have been talking about anybody, but I knew it was me. A lot of close people knew it was me. In fact, I got downwind of that video because one of my subscribers that were friends with me on my Facebook, I can't remember who exactly that did it, but she had sent it to me and said that, yo, Greg is copying you. This is totally a video directed towards you. You know, so I know he watches these videos. And not for nothing, he had stalked me once before, and Stevie. So, he watches my shit, and not for nothing. Not to bring a name into this that doesn't want to be mentioned, really, or be anything really a part of whatever, you know, Onision, whatever, anything. Adrian said it to Stevie when Onision and her were having sex in a hotel room. Right after when they were done, he took out his laptop and started sifting through his videos. I mean, he watches Stevie's videos. He watches our videos. I mean, Emo Charlie is based off of Stevie, for example, you know? But what I'm getting at with all this is that even if he's seen that video, he still wouldn't think anything of it. I know nothing of any kind of secret. I wasn't hinting really much at anything other than the obvious, that one day he's going to get in trouble and possibly arrested. I think we all know that. He's going to really fuck up one day. And he kind of sort of already really fucked up. When the animal rights people got called to his house twice. Once by Stevie, once by me. Okay? Whatever he posted, he didn't have enough time to make long videos about what had happened. Okay? Somebody else made a Tumblr post, and we've all seen it at this point. I actually have it linked in a video I made. I think, yeah, it was one of the few turtle videos that I posted here. I had linked the Tumblr post about how the girl got into contact with the animal control people, and she actually had recorded the conversation, and the animal rights people basically, or the animal control people basically turned the case over to a prosecutor. I'm sure Greg knows at this point he's in deep shit. He's in high water right now. So, I didn't say anything that he probably already didn't know. So, if anything, just calm down a little bit. This is a good example of blaming somebody, pointing the finger at somebody when something isn't happening, and you're going to cause your own drama in order to not be bored. If you're bored and there is no drama going on, talk about shit that he did in the past. You know, bring up old topics and just discuss about it. Don't, live off of it. Don't start posting shit about it, or anything. Just talk. Be a community. Talk about it. Because, there is no reason to speculate when it comes to what I do. There's no reason to make a conspiracy or anything like that. That's how communities slowly crumble, man. Because I could have read that, and if I was any different of a person, any less of a person, I would have gotten pissed off and just started saying shit. You know what I mean? I'm not like that. I want a community to grow. I want communities to expand and evolve. And this is a prime example of why certain bits of this community are slowly crumbling. It's because we start attacking one another. Granted, that wasn't the best example, because I wasn't really being attacked. And I'm not going to state I was attacked, because I wasn't. I wasn't. But people have been attacked. Stevie was attacked because he wrote a letter to Onision, or an email to Onision, and certain people that he affiliated with at the time got downwind of it, and they thought that he was apologizing with it, when in fact he was doing something else. And I can't divulge with that what that means, but people that were with us at that time that watched my videos know what I mean. But in essence, what I can say is that people thought that he was apologizing for what he's ever done, and was basically turning his back on the community and started siding with Greg, when we all know that to be bullshit. Stevie, or anybody with a sensible mind, would never do that. But he got shit from all sides, and emotionally and mentally he suffered for that, because people decided to attack him on that. And he's a large name in the community. If anything, he founded it because he started making videos about it, and then everybody started making videos about it. You know, oftentimes we talk about jumping into a bandwagon. Well, basically, he created the bandwagon, and then we all sort of jumped on it, and stayed on it for about 4 years. And then certain names came and went. Some names stayed. You know, I was one of the first names. You know, I came sometime later, but basically speaking, you know, my M22 Frogger account that I had originally, even though that it wasn't too big, what I had done prior to that is I would make videos here and there, but I primarily worked in comment sections. So even though that I didn't really make videos as long as he has, I was commenting as long as he has. So basically speaking, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a co-founder of anything, no, that's bullshit. But I was around basically when the first lineup of people in the Anti-Onision community was around. I was one of the very first, basically. And by one of the very first, there was a lot of us in the beginning. Stevie was the first, relatively the first. But yeah, and what had happened to him is a good example of how communities get broken up. You know, just mucked with, because we decide to point the fingers at people within our community instead of doing what we do best. You know, and another thing is that we blame Greg for falsifying evidence, but we do it ourselves. And I'm not just talking about you, Lind, I'm saying in general. We falsify shit in order to make him look bad. That has happened a lot. I personally never have. Stevie never had. Any big name really actually hasn't ever done that. It would be like somebody just off to the side that created something. Made a video talking about something in a very, very stupid way, and trying to make things look worse. Editing things to make it, like videos, jump cutting crap in order to make it look like he said it. You know, shit like that. Instead of just throwing truth out. You know, there's a slight little hypocrisy going on too. And that needs to stop as well. Again, I'm not pointing the fingers at anybody. In fact, if somebody had done that, chances are they're not part of the community anymore. We dished them away. You know, they're not a part of the community. But it does happen, and if you ever get the urge to falsify evidence in order to make Greg look bad, don't do it. One, it makes people not trust you anymore, or it makes people have a hard time trusting you, and it also makes the community look really bad. And it makes people not trust the community in general and our goal and message about Greg. If we accuse him of doing one thing, don't commit it yourself. So those are my two things that I have about the community that irk me a little bit. It doesn't piss me off. It's not anything I would rage about, or I'm not a rageful person. In fact, somebody left me a comment once that said it's a shame that, you got taken down because you're the least aggressive person in the whole community, and that's true. And I have made videos of me being pissed off. But in terms of people that make videos that are pissed off, I don't really rage nearly as much as those people, as Stevie and Cake Shot do. They rage. Whereas I don't really. I just sort of, say a whole bunch of shit and I, go away. And, and then I keep coming back at least once a day, or once every 2 days, 3 days, Maybe post a few comments here and there, post something on the Onision Drama Tumblr, or Exposing Onision Drama Tumblr, and then that's it. I'm not an aggressive person, and I'm not angry about any of this. I'm just letting out an idea. I believe personally this will probably benefit the community in total, and it would also make us look more serious with what we do. And you can choose to accept this idea or not. It doesn't matter much to me. I'm just throwing this out there, and hopefully, people take into account about a few things. But if you're not going to do it, I don't run anything. I'm not a leader of anything. I'm just one voice in a sea of many, many voices. Some more intelligent than I. Others, most of us are on an equal playing field. I'm in one sea of voices with my own level of subscribers, with people up here with subscribers, But here's the beautiful part. Here's the truth. No matter how many subscribers you have, no matter who you are, whatever goes down, your voice means as much. You can have 50 subscribers. Your voice, your truth, your message is just as meaningful as somebody that has 30,000 subscribers or more. Your message means just as much. The only reason why you're not taken as seriously, or your message isn't heard as much as somebody like that, is because there really isn't much of an audience for you to watch. There really isn't a huge outlet for you to talk to. But the reality is that even if somebody has more subscribers than you, we're all equal. Period. We're all equal. If I did something fucked up, and somebody else has more subscribers than me does something fucked up, they're guilty of the same thing. You know what I mean? But this is all one good community in general. It has the potential of being great. It just needs to, to tweak itself out a little bit, because it's still in the infancy stage, because it has to outgrow a few things, and once it's outgrown, it'll be perfect. So just take what I said into consideration. If you choose not to, well, that's fine. But if you want to, awesome. I'm not attacking anybody or the community in general by making this video. I just had an idea and I wanted to express it on some kind of forum, through some kind of media. And I just gotta say, thank you for watching. Look forward to any future video, not any possible video in the future. That's gonna make it sound like I'm going on hiatus or some shit. I'm not. And if you're a new subscriber, thank you for finding me. And I hope I could educate, entertain, and inform for as many years as to come. And hopefully I don't get flagged down in the process like last time, but I'm pretty sure that ain't gonna happen again. But anyway, this has been M22Frogger, signing out. Peace, guys.